Hey everyone, I'm Marina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here for a shop update preview. The shop update will be this Friday, June 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I'm going to have some beautiful tonals and colorways this week, so let's get started. Before I jump into the shop update, I want to remind you that because it's the beginning of the month, I have all new club pre-orders in the shop right now. So I have my Fiber Mystery Club. It's your choice of a superwash merino and nylon or a mystery non-superwash fiber, which is super fun. That's my Fiber Mystery Club. This will only be the second month it's been out, so if you're a spinner, check that out. I also have my Mini Mystery Club, which is a set of 3 mini skeins in your choice of a fingering weight or a DK weight on my Lonnie sock base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So it is a great base for socks or hard wearing accessories. And because you have your choice of a sock weight or a DK weight, you have so many options with it. So that is my Mini Mystery Club. And then I have my Glow Club, which is my Yarn and Candle Club. This month's theme is Guava and Fig. It's a summery, warm combination of citrus fruits and tropical flavors with earthy scents of Mediterranean fig and guava nectar. So it's a really warm, summery scent. I think you're going to love it, and I love the mood board that goes with it. I think they match perfectly. Lastly, I have my Sun Club, which is my yarn, my Bold and Bright Neon Yarn Club. And I've gone with some really gorgeous warm pinks and reds. It's gonna be so fun. I cannot wait. I can't wait to dye this because pink is definitely one of my faves, and I try not to put pink in everything, but it's hard. It's really, really hard. So I'm super excited this month to dye this up. With my Sun Club and my Glow Club, you'll have your choice of base. You can do a sock set, you can do a full skein of a fingering weight yarn, a DK weight yarn. If you want some gold sparkle, I got that too. So you have lots of options, and it's just so much fun. You can add a tonal mini onto it to make your own sock set. There are so many options available. So check those out. They're available for a one-time purchase as well as a subscription. So lots and lots of options to match your needs. Finally, I do have a few advent calendars left in the shop. They are my 2021 advent calendars. I'm so excited. This year's theme is Sea Breeze, and I love this mood board. Cannot wait to see how it all comes together. But I've already started dyeing these, and it's going to take until basically the end of October to get them all done. Can you imagine? It's so crazy. But you have your choice this year of a fingering weight yarn or a DK weight yarn. So that's super fun. You can make great projects with either of those. So if you're in the market for an advent calendar, definitely check that out. You can also check out my posts on Instagram for some inspiration of how I've used last year, the year before's advent calendars. There's so much versatility, and because they are dyed in a gradient, you can just start knitting from day one and have a beautiful project by Christmas. So I designed that so it's just really easy knitting, really fun knitting for the month of December. With that being said, let's move on to the update this week. I have several tonals and colorways. I'm so excited. And so let's talk about tonals first. The first one I have is Poolside. I am so on top of things this week. I even have everything labeled and scanned and ready to go. I know, it rarely happens, but it happened this week. Basically, I have a double work week because I'm also getting all of your club pre-orders out the door as well. So I've had to be on top of things. But Poolside is a gorgeous, gorgeous bright blue. It goes with so many colors in the shop. And it's beautiful by itself too. It's just a really happy, summery blue. It's very bold. I think this would look beautiful paired with a paler shade in a striped project or a brioche project. I think it'd be so, so pretty. So this is Poolside. The next colorway is Solar Flare, and this is a beautiful bright orange. It kind of reminds me of creamsicle, like a creamsicle color. And I really like this orange because even though it's very, very bright, it almost has like a sun-washed appearance. It just reminds me of like really beachy, really beautiful for summer, and it looks really beautiful by itself or with pinks. It looks great with yellows. I like it with coral conch. So if you wanted to do a fade or more of a tonal project, I would pair Solar Flare with Saturn, maybe with coral conch. Look how gorgeous those are together. Oh, I love these. Now I want to do a project out of them. You could even add Princess together. Oh my goodness, those are so pretty. I've been eyeing Stephen West's new-ish pattern, I guess, called Brio Band, and I think it uses quite a bit of yarn, but those would be a beautiful start. You could probably add some speckled variegated colorways in there too. So this is Solar Flare, so summery and gorgeous, and it will be in the shop. Next up is another gorgeous summery color. This is Clearwater. Oh my goodness, I love this color so much. Again, it goes with so many colors in the shop, but it looks beautiful on its own too. And so even if you wanted to pair it with Saturn, I mean, that's so gorgeous. That just screams summer. If you wanted to pair it with Princess too, those three tonals are so beautiful. And this might be a good time to introduce my next colorway, which is Teal Wing. Now, normally I don't have this color until fall because it's a little darker. It has a little bit of gray in it, so I like to save it for fall. But because I was dyeing up Clearwater, I just couldn't help but pair these two together because they're just so, so strikingly beautiful. I love them. Even if you wanted to throw Poolside into the mix, aren't those three gorgeous? Those would be beautiful in a project together. And so all three of these colorways are being restocked this week. Again, Poolside, Teal Wing, and Clearwater. And I almost forgot one more tonal. I really tried to throw in a bunch of tonals into the dye pots this week. This is Green Stars. I love this color. Basically, if there's a color I dye, I just don't dye it anymore. I really try to only dye colors that I really love. So if you wanted to pair all these up, are you kidding? This is gorgeous. So if you did Green Stars, Clearwater, Teal Wing, let's see if I can add Poolside to that. Let me see if I can do one more. How about Saturn with that? Oh, that would be a beautiful 5-skein project. Like a striped sweater or a shawl. So these 4 tonals are being restocked this week in the shop. Let's move on to my fun variegated speckled colorways. The first one I'm restocking is Mint Julep. I love this colorway so much. This was originally from my Sun Club in March 2020, and it is a beautiful, bright neon minty green with pops of neon speckles. And the speckles are very, very delicate, so the whole feel of this is just super bright and airy and light, but with lots of fun speckles. This is such a fun colorway. I really love this with bubblegum, and I really love it with Princess as well, but I feel like bubblegum is just a little light and airy and fun and bright for this. Here is Green Stars with it. I think Green Stars really it really brings out those bright greens that are in Mint Julep, but it also grounds it a little more because it's just slightly darker. And then I also like bright mint with it. So this is slightly lighter than Green Stars, but again, you still have the really pretty yellowy green shades that are in Mint Julep. This would be really pretty as well if you put bubble gum with this. Those are so pretty. So again, restocking Mint Julep into the shop. I will be having another end of the day colorway. This is end of the day number 60. And this is a beautiful variegated colorway. These are one of a kind and non-repeatable. So the skeins that I have in the shop of this colorway will not be repeated. This is a really fun punchy blend of mango and purples and blues and browns and grays. I really like this with coral conch. I think these go awesome together. These are so pretty together. I also like it with Poolside. So these two colors are similar to colors that are in end of the day number 60. So you could do something really fun with that. But the thing is, there's so many different colors in my end of the day colorways that you can pair so many different tones with it, and they all seem to look good together. It would also be great for a one skein project, which I hopefully will be working on in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that. I will also be restocking Beachy Keen, which is a super bright and light and airy colorway. It has neon oranges and pops of yellow and purples. This is such a fun summery colorway. I like this paired with coral conch. This is basically what I say this is probably my favorite color. I do have other favorites, but it's definitely up there. Coral conch looks really good with it. I love it. I also love it with heliotrope. Really brings out the purples. Let's see if we can get those three together. So those look gorgeous. Now it also looks gorgeous with Solar Flare. Those are so pretty together. And one more color, it looks beautiful with Saturn. It really brings those bright pops of yellow out. Beachy Keen, it's such a fun summer colorway and it's being restocked. Next up is a colorway I've had a request for, so I decided to stock it. And normally, again, I would not put this in until fall, but it is a gorgeous colorway. This is called Oyster Bay. It is a mix of dark grays and blacks with pinks and deep turquoise and contrasting speckles. So fun and gorgeous. And a lot of you love these darker toned colorways, especially because it's great to kind of get a jump on your fall knitting if you like some of those deeper tones. There's so many tonals that go awesome with this colorway. If you want to bring out the bright colors, you could use Princess. You could use Clearwater. Those would be so pretty with this. If you wanted to go a little more neutral, I absolutely love Teal Wing with this. I think these two are so complementary together. And here is Pearl with this. So it kind of subdues it slightly and kind of brings those grays out and the deeper tones. I think it's really pretty. I think if you have Oyster in your stash, this would pair really well with Teal Wing and with Oyster Bay as well. So Oyster Bay is back in stock, and I have not had this in since last fall, I believe. So it's been quite a while. The last colorway is called Maili, and this is one of my first colorways when I started pineapple yarn. It is just a beautiful blend of all these softer tones with pops of bright. So there's a soft pink and a soft kind of sage green with pops of purple and neon yellow and orange and some grays as well. So this is such a gorgeous colorway. Because there are so many pops of color, it goes really well with lots of different tonals. I love Solar Flare with this colorway because the Solar Flare brings out the beautiful oranges in Maili, but it's not too bright or deep to overpower this gorgeous subtle colorway. And it kind of brings that kind of sun-washed, beachy feel into this, which is super fun. I also love bubblegum with it, so it's kind of the same feel. You get that beautiful, bright, clear colorway, but it doesn't overpower it at all. It just really complements the clear tones that are in Maili and also just that kind of like beachy feel, kind of a sun-washed feel. If you wanted to bring out some deeper tones, I think Teal Wing would be really, really pretty with it. If you pair Saturn with it, it brings out all the pops of yellow, and so those two are really complementary. I actually really like Bubblegum and Saturn with Maili. Again, it's kind of the same like clear, bright colors that look great with all the bright pops in here. I also think the Noe Mohair Silk would look so pretty layered over bubblegum. Oh, those two would be so pretty. So again, this is Maili. It will be back in stock. As with every shop update, I will be also restocking the minis that correspond to these colorways. So if they're not already in the shop, I have dyed them again to restock them, as well as all of my other bases. So with all these colorways, they should be in stock, on Lonnie Sock, Lonnie DK, Gold Nani Twist, and my Noe Mohair Silk. Those are the 4 bases that are kind of my mainstays. Well, that's it for the shop update this week. Again, my shop update will be this Friday, June 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. Check out my Instagram because in my story highlights, I have photos of all of these colorways that are going to be in stock. As I wind them, I actually put them in my story highlights. So check that out. You can also set a reminder from my stories for the update, and that's super handy if you don't want to set an alarm on your phone. You can just set a reminder straight from Instagram. I've dyed plenty for everyone who may want one, but I just never know what's going to sell out, especially some of the tonals for larger projects. Sometimes they get snatched up. So just a heads up, you may want to set an alarm if there's something that you really have to have for your stash or for a project. Thank you so much for joining me again this week. I will be back next week with another episode of Pineapple Knits, and I'll be back in 2 weeks with another shop update preview. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I appreciate all the support you've given to me and my small business, and I hope to see you on Friday. Until then, have a great time crafting, knitting with your beautiful yarn. Bye.